Hi, everyone. My name is Carla Torgerson. I'm the head of learning experience strategy at Torrance Learning. And I posted a video a couple of weeks ago about being learner-centered. And I was really excited and kind of amazed, actually, how many people got in on the conversation and said some really positive things about that. And so I thought, let's share a little bit more and learn from each other as we think about how to be really learner-centered. And so I'm going to share 4 questions that I like to think about as I design courses and instruction. And then I'm going to ask you also to share the things you think about and share those in the comments, and we can all learn from each other about how to really be learner-centered. So here you go. These are the questions I like to ask myself. The first question is, what is the most critical thing or things that the learner needs to know or do to do this behavior, right? So as I think about my training, I'm really asking, what's the most critical? What's the most important? Let's not go down rabbit holes. Let's not give them the nice to have. Just give them what they need, right? Now, my next question is, what would the learner say they wanted, right? If I went up to them and said, hey, learner, what would you like? What would you want to know, right? Then that also helps me to focus on the things they really need, right? Those most critical things. Now, another one I like to ask is, if this training was optional, if they didn't have to take it, would they choose to, right? And for me, that's actually, I think, a really big litmus test, right? If it was optional, if they were not required to take the training, would they anyways? And that brings me to my final question, which is one where I like to self-reference, and I've shared this in presentations often. I like to ask myself, would I give up my time in a busy day for this? If it was me, if I was the learner, would I actually give up my time and be happy to give up my time for this training? And again, it's a self-referencing question, so I'm putting myself in the learner's shoes and asking if I would be happy to give up my time for this training. And so for me, those are 4 really good questions that you should ask yourself, right? Asking about what's most critical, asking what the learner would want if it was them, asking if it was optional, would the learner take it? And to me, most importantly, would I myself take this if I was having a busy day? So there you go. Some questions to help us think about getting more learner-centered. And I'd ask you to do the same. Go ahead, type in the comments below and share some of the things you ask yourself or you think about when you are trying to be really learner-centered. And let's help learn from each other.